signals for the Baltimore Colts. Unitas gives to Amici. The Colts are the world champions. Amici scores.
It's amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football. California has won the big game.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
This is Phil Steele.
This is Mike Burnham.
This is Wes Durham.
This is Mike Ashley.
Hi, this is Chuck Foreman, number 44 of the Minnesota Vikings.
Woo, mercy, this is handsome Jimmy Vane, the Boogie Woogie Man.
This is Coach Fry with Virginia Tech Football, and you are listening to Big Dog Sports Talk.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? Okay, let's do it.
You're in the doghouse with Rick Watson on Big Dog Sports Talk, presented by Pulaski County Sports and Entertainment. Join us in the Family Fencing Studios and chime in on the McClellan Chiropractic chat line. He's keeping cool with help from Little River Heating and Air, but this show is straight fire. And now, the big dog, Rick Watson.
Rick Watson's got the mic, he's the big dog king. Cover sports so sharp, it's a New River thing. Virginia Tech fire, rapid pride too. Every stat, every play, he's bringing it to you. He's got that voice, deep as a valley, breaking it down, no dilly, no dally. Big dog sports talk, feel the bark. He's got the scoop, faster than a sprint. Calling plays like a coach, every word's a hint. From the courts to the fields, the stories unfold. Rick's play-by-play, worth its weight in gold. With a laugh and a growl, he'll pull you in. Big Dog's podcast, let the games begin. Big Dog Sports Talk, feel the bark.
Good morning. It's the finally Friday edition of the program. How are you? Thank God it's Friday. Hit us up on the professional door text line, 3910788. McClellan Chiropractic chat room as well. We'd love to hear from you. Good morning, Geese. What's going on, brother? Good to see you last night on Pop. Had a fun time last night on BDST Pop. What's up, Jay Anthony? Good morning. Please subscribe. Coach Elmo joins us today. Mike Ashley, open mic. And then Jen, the Gamecock girl, here on the Finally Friday edition. What's up, Steven Seeger? Steven, are the Yellow Jackets going to play football this year? I have not heard. Sorry. We did have a good time last night on Pop. Thanks to Chris Lester and Morris and Coach Elmo and Coach Mabry. It's good stuff. DVP couldn't be there last night, but we had a good time. Hell with Georgia. Geese passed out. Sorry, Geese. Well, maybe not. Maybe that was a good thing, Geese. Maybe it was a good thing. I mean, if you passed out by your own choice, that's okay. A couple of preseason games last night. My guy. I say my guy now, but he's actually quarterback of one of my arch rivals, so he won't be my guy. But Fernando Mendoza did not look great. 8 of 15 threw a pick. But that's okay because it's the preseason, and at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. It matters some, but it doesn't really matter. Does that make sense? Raiders came back to win the game, but that kind of irrelevant. More games tonight. Who won the Radford Christiansburg Foundation game last night here locally, high school football? Does anybody know? I didn't get an update. Usually people are updating those things. I saw some highlights. Did Radford wear their head caps the entire game? Their helmet caps the entire game? Is that a thing now we're doing in high school football? I don't know. Is that like a new rule here? Anyway, if anybody knows, let me know. Oh, thanks for the heads up, Troy. Good morning. Pulaski County Radford football previews and the Patriots today. How'd Radford do last night, Troy? Radford and Christiansburg. Yeah, Heath, I believe next week Will be back. Next week. As we get closer and closer to the season. That is the plan for Will. Good morning, Prometheus. How are you? Morris says Penn State frat boys have given me enough material for weeks. The funniest part of all that is the pictures, the mugshots, and these guys are all dressed up. And they look like the quintessential students, and they've been running this multi-million-dollar cocaine operation for who knows how long. Bizarre. Crazy. What is that, Heath? The lazy set in stone address, the fighting. What is that, Heath? I don't understand that message. I still don't understand that message. From the Frank Zappa song, warning us not to eat the yellow snow, I am encouraged to write a tribute song to Penn State students. Please stay away from anything white, including blow. BDST is a lie. I mean, I guess it's just entrepreneurship, right? You're in college, you're trying to figure out a way to become a business person or make money. And I guess they figured it out. They found the loophole. Cocaine. Oh, you mean Tech Sideline? Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen any of those. Hasn't Penn State been through enough? Well, Penn State continues to do things to themselves, I guess, is the thing, Geese. It's not like people are bringing this onto themselves. This is them, people associated with the school. Nothing more egregious ever than what happened with Joe Paterno and Sandusky. Nothing. And I mean absolutely nothing. But I think Penn State seems like it has morphed out of that into kind of this weird place. And what I mean by that is their fans are just, I don't know. It just feels overcompensation. I don't know. I mean, they need to wake up every day if they're a diehard Penn State football fan and probably be very grateful that they're not under the death penalty, that they still have a football program. And I know James Franklin is upset and he didn't want his legacy to be tainted, but he's got to be glad in a lot of ways he's out of that place. Let's just say it that way. All right. They seem to be very petty about the fact that he's at Virginia Tech. Who cares? He's no longer your coach. You got rid of him. You got what you wanted. He's not your problem anymore. All right, Penn State fans. So why is it such a concern? I don't see Tech fans focusing in on Penn State's activities. They're just happy that they have a new coach. All right, a coach that they hope is going to bring their program back. That's what Tech fan is focused on, their own program. Right? I don't see Tech fans spending too much time sitting there breaking down Penn State's recruiting class or Matt Campbell. But I understand Tech didn't have a relationship with Penn State, and Penn State now feels like it probably has a relationship with Tech because of Franklin. But let it go already. Let Tech have their season, and you go have your season. Did I see the article on Bo Prabula? Yeah, Andy mentioned that a little bit yesterday. It's going to be interesting to see how he does down here or up here. Look, it's not that I'm necessarily geographically challenged, but when you go to Charlottesville, you're going down the mountain. I'm not going up anywhere. Cocaine, yeah. I think the second one there, DK, yeah. And if it tastes like chocolate, you're okay. Oh yeah, Frank Zappa, he was out there. Moon Unit and Dweezil, drugs may have had a play in there. Prometheus says PSU used to represent themselves well. I used to love Penn State, Nebraska. Still love Nebraska fans. Yeah, Penn State was before we knew everything. All right, let's just give that little condition before all this. Before we knew all the stuff that was going on with Penn State, they were one of the quintessential programs that you would see. Well, either way, aren't you eating shit? It's kind of a trick question. I mean, you ask the question, don't act surprised by the answer. Penn State used to be the quintessential one of those programs we held at such, like Prometheus said, when you grow up, you're watching Penn State football. Joe Paterno, right? Penn State, the uniform, all that. And then we find out forever how long it started and how long it went to the end, it was all farce. Nebraska, correct. Nebraska is one of those. Tom Osborne, and that's still a great place. I know they have a bad coach, and they haven't done a great job with their coaches following Tom Osborne. But, yeah, Nebraska fans still top notch. One of the best fan bases I've ever been around. When you're growing up, you're watching those programs. I mean, you felt like that was it. I don't know if you want to put Bo Schembechler in Michigan. It was a little different. We didn't really know them as well. Didn't feel them as well. But Penn State, Nebraska, that was two of them. But Penn State feels like it's drifted since it came back. Nebraska, to their fans' credit, they keep all the they're not happy, but they're not happy about their own program. They're not focused on other programs. I'm amazed at how some of these legendary, just traditional winning programs have allowed it to go so far beyond their release. X-Men better than Spider-Man. In what context? As a comic book title or as heroes? I mean, I like both, so I'm not going to sit there and, get too angry. But Penn State spends a lot of time worrying about other things. I think Matt Campbell's a good coach. I don't know how it's going to parlay itself in the Big Ten. Who knows? That league's on top of the world right now. I mean, it just is. It's on top of the world. And we'll see how it all plays out. Caitlyn Jenner's the next one. No, still a man, but but yeah, let me know if anybody knows. Let me know how the game went last night. Locally, Radford and Christiansburg. I'm trying to find it right now. Yeah. But I don't see nobody post. It's weird. People don't post about those things. They start out posting and they'll like release an early score and then they just stop. So let me know, Troy, if you figure it out. If you find it, let me know. God bless Bo Nix. We hope. Dennis. If he'd have played in the AFC title game, they would have gone to the Super Bowl. I know that. Yeah, I think that's a fact. So, speaking of our BDST fan question of the week, which no one said anything about, so I'm saying that. Well, of course they did, Geese. Of course. Of course ESPN's going to play Marshall Manning's first high school game. The winner of our BDST, attorney Ryan Pry, fan question of the week is Super Bowl 42. The David Tyree catch. We talked about this last night on Pop. It came down to that Super Bowl. It came down to the Patriots coming back when they were down 28-3. And then it was the Titans and the Rams. Those were the top three vote getters in our BDST attorney Ryan Pry fan question of the week. And I think people flunked the assignment because we're saying great Super Bowls, not great sequence. Or like the Falcons-Patriots Super Bowl was terrible until the Falcons choked it away late in the third quarter and the fourth. The Tyree game, okay, it ended the Patriots' perfect season. 21-10, Christiansburg. Thank you, Thunder. Appreciate you. So that's who won our BDST Super Bowl pick, the Tyree catch. They remembered one play. And the Rams-Titans Super Bowl wasn't a great game throughout. It had the great ending. It got good in the fourth. I'm just saying, I don't think there was any votes except for mine for the Broncos win over the Packers in Super Bowl 32. And that was a hell of a football game from start to finish. But that's okay. It's okay. Thanks to Lawson's Mobile Home Supply, 300 North Franklin Street in Christiansburg. Give James a call, 540-381-8011. Manufactured parts for your home. The NRV Super Bowl Kids Leagues are now forming, 382-5525. I believe they're good on the men's and women's and mixed leagues, if I'm not mistaken. But the Youth Bowling League starts September the 12th, 9:30 a.m. Sign up today, $12, ages 5 through 18. One of the best electrical companies around, Sundown Electric. One of the best reputations of any business in our area down in Ellis. Congratulations to the Smith brothers and thank them for their support, as well as the Ready Set Fund with Bob Christ, BobChrist11 at Gmail, ReadySetFund.com. Go check out their website and see how a series of text messages can raise the money that you need for your organization. He did, Dennis. He did. And that's where he kind of made the national name for himself, fighting through the migraine headaches. Professional Door Incorporated, Travis Williams, sponsor of our text line, 391-0788. Residential commercial garage doors. They've been in business for 40 years up in Dublin. National Bank, member FDIC, the exclusive banking partner of, well, yours truly and this program. Thanks to Lara Ramsey. We mentioned the attorney Ryan Pry, BDST Fan Question of the Week, 701 West Main Street in Radford, Trust and Estate Planning. How many, Gregory? 55 votes for the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 55 votes. That's a good output of Fan Question of the Week. Little River Heating and Air, 1095 Radford Street in Christiansburg, 540-553-2971. We're presented each and every day by Pulaski County Sports Entertainment. They've got the biking event coming up. They've got a big event coming up with the track, 2 nights, 2 tracks, one big weekend. Full weekend of racing at Pulaski County Motorsports Park. Starts out Friday night at the drag strip with another round of test and tune. That gives drivers the opportunity to make passes, dial in their cars, and challenge their friends and neighbors. And then on Saturday, they've got another exciting night of the weekly series racing. So 5 o'clock tonight. Racing begins at 6, $10 general admission, $20 to race. And then Saturday in the weekly series, it's racing on the oval. And that gets underway at 4 o'clock. General admission's only $12. So make plans for the weekend. And if you want more information, PulaskiCountyMP.com. There you go. Go check them out this weekend. Mark Hunley, McClellan Chiropractic, 155 Walters Drive. You're having back issues or any other ailment, go see Mark. He'll fix you in a heartbeat. Family Fencing, sponsor of our studios, 540-200-8294. FamilyFencingNRV.com. You're around 10 years old, the Packers and Broncos game? Yeah, they do. They just remember the comebacks. They're not thinking about the whole ball game. Yep. Over and under J.K. Dobbins. Over and under. Under 10 games. Under 10 games. He will not stay healthy longer than 10 games. But they drafted the kid out of Washington, so I'm hoping he ends up being somebody really, really good. I'm hoping. I am hoping. Will, whatever you sent me, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. We caught up now? Coach Elmo is going to join us here. Mike Ashley. Now, he's going to do his open mic about ESPN. If he's praising them, I'm just going to cut him off. Did the 2017 Super Bowl get votes? I think New England was down 20 points at halftime. Yeah, the Falcons game, if that's the one you're talking about. No, I'm not, Percy, but thanks for your opinion. Oh, I am not. Will, I am. I got to take my son to Charlottesville. Yeah, I won't be able to go. Sorry. Yeah. So no, I will not be there in Salem tomorrow. Yeah, I don't have any idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, the Falcons game came in second, actually, the comeback. Yeah, you just watch games. That's all you can watch. You need to turn down the volume most of the time. And now they've given everything to Pat McAfee. Everything. He's on everything now. By the way, they're going to let him do the headgear thing. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to do the Corso headgear thing now. Y'all like that? Or does anybody really care? I mean, I don't watch that slop anyway, so. But some people will care. But he's going to show up there. He's on the NFL show. So he's got his regular show. He's the dominant factor on game day. If you still watch that. And now he's doing the NFL pregame show. And I think he's doing like an alternate broadcast of the game. So they put all their chips in the middle on one guy who, again, I don't find offensive in any way, shape, or form. Is that fake, Wayne? Was that not real? I hope so. I hope it wasn't real because it's ridiculous. Of course that should be retired. Let's hope that's not the case. Okay, good. Good. That's good to know. There is at least a little bit of self-respect down there. But again, I don't necessarily find him offensive. I just don't find him engaging, entertaining. I know that he has become the face of that network. I know that he has good ratings and he's obviously bringing in revenue. He makes the most money there. So they've committed to him to be the new face of the network. And I don't know how people feel about him. If you enjoy him, that's great. But I'm never going to sit down and think, oh, I've got to watch to see what Pat McAfee has to say about this. I mean, he's just a character. All right. And kudos to him. He built it from scratch. I give him all the props in the world, man. An obscure NFL punter has become one of the most widely known personalities on television. Good for him. And it's not my money, so I really don't care. But I just don't particularly see him being somebody that I'm drawn to. I'm not necessarily in his demographic. So I understand. But if they know, they've done their research, they wouldn't be doing all that if they weren't getting the benefits of it that they Hey, Paco, good to see you again. Paco showed up last night during Pop. Yeah, Coach Maryby's not with us today, Paco. But yeah, he's everywhere now. So it's basically Stephen A. Smith screaming at you in the morning, and then McAfee screaming at you, or screaming, not screaming at you, but just screaming. And I don't even know who the hell else is even on that network anymore. they fired the biggest part of the people that I knew. Most of the people that I was aware of, they fired. So, but that's fine. I accept the fact that as you get a little older, you fall out of patience and interest and all that. Pardon the interruption's not any good anymore. It's become very political. Not good stuff, but that's okay. And that's okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Bayless, Paco. He was somewhere. Was he on Fox last? I don't even know. Yeah, that guy's just a clown. They're all clowns. Morris says Pat McAfee wants me to put a paper bag. makes me want to put a paper bag over his head. A small dose of him does for a year. Yeah, I just don't. It just doesn't. Does he ever have anything meaningful that he brings up? Other than just being loud and trying to be let me take my shirt off. Let me supply a lot of energy to this. Okay, that's great. But it's not for me. Might be for you. I guess it's for a lot of other people, or they wouldn't be making him the face of the network. But that's okay. That's okay. Coach Elmo is scheduled to join us here. He showed up last night on Pop. He was terrific as always. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. Everything that Aaron Rodgers said had them on their toes, had them completely aggravated. Yeah. Nick Satan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think of a certain age, I don't know how anybody sits down and watches game day. I mean, it is just the epitome of them believing that they are the holy grail of college football. Ignoring how they have the conflict of interest tied into the SEC, or they don't ignore it. They just absorb it. But hey, the young people, they love it. So that's why it's successful. It's not for me. I have to kind of remember that it's not for me. But I will talk about it. I think even though it's not for me, I think I know what would appeal to me, even if I were a younger version of myself. And that's one thing that would not. I think I sent that I think I sent your coach. I think I sent your invite to Phil Steele. He's going to go, what the hell is this? I'm not going to be back on Big Dog today. We've already been on there talking about Virginia Tech and the ACC. Why does he want me back on now? Actual footage. He is loud and obnoxious, all about shock value. Yeah. Now it's just like the frat guy trying to defend. Yeah, that's a great description, Wayne. That is it to a T. I think you just described McAfee to a T. But I guess that appeals to a large demo of younger people. Right? Because there's nothing of substance that's added. You're right. It's just saying something shocking, and I think that's the perfect description. You're like that frat guy trying to make your point so you get the invite. Our resident frat guy who always gets an invite. Coach Elmo. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good morning, Rick. Enjoyed everybody last night. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? I mean, yeah. You and Chris having a good conversation. That was fun, man. That was fun.
Yeah, good people. There's a bunch of good fellows, just love sports, love Virginia Tech. Coach Maybury with his high school background, and he's fascinating. I love listening because a lot of those head coaches he worked for, I knew real well, and he'd get a chance to coach with some outstanding people.
That is a great shirt. Wayne says that's a great shirt, Coach. You got a Roanoke football shirt on there from Coach Stein.
Yeah,
That's nice. That's nice.
Oh, Coach Stein Spring, and see what he can do in his really second full year. Just a bunch of babies still, but I think he's just got freshmen and sophomores. I don't know if he's got. I think he has one junior. So interesting.
What is your? Let me ask you, because you're media savvy. You've been a media guy now for a while with Greg going around. What do you ever sit and watch game day? And if you do, is that anything that appeals to you with the way McAfee's screaming?
I watch it sometimes. I not as much when I was coaching. Never. I mean, obviously, but
sure.
I'll listen to Nick. Having worked with him, I think has some insights to a point, but not. No, I wait for the games. I'll put the games on.
I don't watch any pregame stuff. I'm the same way.
Yeah, no, I try to, even like the NFL game last night. I think Scott Van Pelt did a good job. I like how he handles.
I do. Yeah.
As long as they keep it to football, and give you some insights. I don't really care who's injured, who's not. I don't care about the betting insights. When they start getting into the fantasies and the betting and all that, that's just unplug it. But for the most part, just give me the football, give me the I like the technical aspects of the game, and I think Nick does as good a job as anybody that's been on the set that can give you a pretty good technical view of what's upcoming and the game, and not that he's all right in terms of the outcome, but I think in terms of the style of play and personnel evaluations and effectiveness of their quarterbacks. So I do enjoy listening to him.
I wish he had his own separate thing,
No doubt.
That he could maybe with another coach or with a host who actually cared about the sport instead of the hype.
If you took him out of the studio and did it from his home and just let it,
that's a good idea. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But no, I tell you what, let me tell you that the people you have on, the insights to the NFL and basketball, it's really informative.
100%. I know.
I honestly mean that. I ain't blowing smoke up your butt. I don't have to, and you ain't paying me enough to do it.
Well, look at anybody that you watch on TV. Nobody knows the NFL better than David Smith.
Nobody.
There's not one. There's not one.
No, the guy is phenomenal. And I mean, he rolls. You don't hear an or a stutter in any of that conversation. This man knows, this man has done his research to the nth degree. And then Todd Grantham, listening to Todd yesterday.
I know, that was cool. That was cool.
The insights of how he's blended his NFL, when you really look at his total resume, I think right now he's probably at his best. I don't know what the record's going to reflect. I was at my worst at the end, and I was. I really was. I just, but he's just listening to him and then having spent about 2 or 3 days on it, he's at his best. There's nothing, nothing bitter about, what transpired, especially with the Oklahoma State debacle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that whole – they were just starting to turn the corner, and then the new AD came in, and just once they got rid of the
offensive coordinator, the guy that became the interim head coach. Went to the AD and said he was too tough, too this, too that, and basically stealing his thunder, and that's what happens with the egos. But whatever. Good news is he's in a good place. I could hear. I know what a bad place is. I'm not saying because of the school. I'm talking about you in your profession.
If you go somewhere, yeah.
When you're not at a good place, he's at a good place in his career right now. I think he's having fun with the kids.
He's having fun. Yeah.
I think he loves the challenge, and I think he's taken all that experience that he's had, from Coach Saban to the last NFL job, to now. And I'm telling you, I am so impressed. He would be one hell of a GM, and he'd be tough enough.
He would be
enough of a prick, to be a good GM. And you better have those. You better have intelligence, toughness, and the ability to say no.
Yeah, and he chose that gig for his own reasons. Like, he could have been on a Power 4 staff. He had 4 or 5 offers. It wasn't like, but he didn't. The vibe that he felt with Coach Mortensen, and he's never done anything like this before. And he said, you know what? I'm getting toward the end. I've been at the highest level. I've been at the highest programs in the SEC. Let's go and do this now. So yeah, he chose this, and it's just what you said. He's having a blast. So I'm happy for him.
I'm just telling you, as his GM, the GM, nicknamed Gator from Florida, he's outstanding. I really like him. Not because we're on the same page with evals, and we're not sometimes, but I sat with him for at least an hour and a half watching. We were watching kids, big linemen and things of that nature, and he has, he's got that tunnel vision when he can look at a kid and all of a sudden he sees some things that a lot of people don't, and he'll give you insights that will make you think.
Yeah,
more than anything else, make you reevaluate, and that evaluation is about reevaluation. Trust me, you keep evaluating, then you keep reevaluating. The more information you have, and then you start comparing. And the other thing, it gives you a perspective. You're harder when you first started out evaluating. You're always harder on the kids you first look at. It's the turn of the cycle. Then, but as you start going along, and you start thinking back of, I'm on my 10th kid or 5th to 10th kid, and you go, oh, okay. Then you start comparing to what you had looked at to what, previously to what you're looking at now, and you're going, all right, I see the difference, and you start to get a perspective of where this kid's talent is by who you've coached, what you've looked at the past that's maybe on your current roster. Because one thing Coach Saban always liked to do, compare him to somebody on our current roster. Well, in order to do that, you've had to evaluate someone on the current roster. So it's not just, going to practice or watching them play on Saturday. Oh, well, he reminds me of so-and-so. No, he reminds me of so-and-so after we evaluated him and in high school or junior college or the portal. And that's where I think huge with the eval of compare him. He always said, who does he compare to on the current roster? Not necessarily his play, but his talent, his football talent. And you got to separate the two. You got to separate the talent from the position. And I always believe that. Get the talent first, then let's evaluate the position and the productivity in the position. And I truly believe that is a great way to go. It gives you a great perspective. When I'm doing the Central Michigan breakdown, because of the PFF system, I'm not breaking down their offense. I started with the quarterback, his favorite runs, his passes, then the tailback, favorite runs and passes. I started out doing the talent first. Where's the talent? For example, the running back for Central Michigan, I said, hey, tough kid. He runs the power, and he runs the two favorite plays of the power in the inside zone. They ran one toss sweep. He's not an outside guy. He's a downhill, block it for 4. He's going to get 4. He's a tough, physical, hard-nosed running back, and it's going to grind it out. He's a 3 to 4 yard gain kid. with a lot of competitiveness, not necessarily. He's a Mike linebacker playing tailback, is what my evaluation was. So I think that gave him a pretty good perspective on the type of kid. I told the D coordinator, I said, look, the only adjustment you're going to make in this game is your chin strap. Don't worry. There's no X and O adjustment on this sucker.
That was good stuff. That was good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want to ask something, Coach. You mentioned Todd is like at his best right now. You said at the end you felt like you were at your worst. What do you think? Oh, yeah. What do you think? What brought you to that place, do you think?
Insecurities, and then it just everything became personal. I was really fortunate, between when I jumped into the quote upper divisions, when I left Ferrum, excuse me, Rick. I started out, I was really lucky. I was hired at 23 years old at William & Mary, be the backfield coach. That's quarterbacks and running backs. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. I wouldn't have done it, but they did it. And I'm 23 years old, and I got thrown into the recruiting at 23 years old, which was great. The coaching part of it, hired too early, didn't know enough. And then went to Richmond for 3 years, stayed away Mary 2, haven't played there for 2. Went to Richmond for 3 with Jim Tate, which was a great experience. I was a quarterback coach again. Like I said, I coached him for 5 years and ruined every one of them. But we weren't winning. We had losing. We had a 6-5 season at Richmond the first year. But then after that, though, it was a lot of losing. And when Coach Norton called me to come back to Ferrum to coach, I couldn't sprint fast enough. I had to learn how to win again. I had to really learn how to win again. And then I went over to the defensive side, which, we were only averaging 7 points a game or 8 points in Richmond. But, hey, listen, if I can keep the scores down, I might as well be a defensive coach. And I will say one thing, at the University of Richmond, we beat North Carolina when they had Lawrence Taylor. It was a huge win. And we beat Virginia Tech 2 years in a row at Richmond, back-to-back, and got Jimmy Sharp fired, literally.
That got played. So yeah.
We had our moments at the University of Richmond. So I went to Ferrum back with Coach Norton to learn how to win again. And it was a great 4 years. And then Ed Emery at East Carolina, he came, we played in the national championship game at Old Victory Stadium. And I can't remember the year now, 82. And he was at the game and he lost a secondary coach. And John Zertel, a good friend of mine, was on the staff. And next thing you know, I'm going to East Carolina. I really didn't want to go. I was going to stay at Ferrum forever. I loved it there, loved Coach Norton. And, but he convinced, he said, take the job. You can always come back. Take the job. So I took it. Next thing you know, we go 8-3. We had a great football team. We had a great team. Next thing, then it's Coach Holtz in 84, then the Bill Dooley at Virginia Tech, George Welch, on and on and on. Well, from 83 up until after, the Nebraska 2006, I was on a run. I had a great run. It was a great run. It was more success than anybody could imagine. And just because of being around good people, good players, taking over programs or positions that were not as productive or needed to be. Most of the time I would take a secondary over that the coach had just been fired, like at Purdue and at Wisconsin or, Minnesota. I would say most of the jobs that I took over, the previous coach, they've been fired, and for a reason, for whatever. And then next thing, after Nebraska, the Nebraska, you talked about it earlier, it's interesting. Nebraska program, the administration was outstanding. You walked in that building and you were everybody knew you were on the first bus. Yeah. They understood what drove that program. And that's from every sport. Doesn't care if it's volleyball, even every successful sport. When you walked in, they knew how important football was. Everybody that was in that building knew how important winning football was. And they knew the pressure on the coaches that were there. And when they fired Frank Solich, who had won 10 games.
Yep.
And I said, this is going to be a bad job. That's the first job I took for money. The first job I ever took for money at a 2-year rollover. And we had 2 middle grade years. And then, but it just, after that, it just went south. I literally should have retired after that one. When I sat with Coach Osborne and, because we had gotten fired the last 2007, he said, Elmo, time to go fishing. Yeah, he was great. He was professional and great. I should have taken his advice, because then after that, I call it chasing ambulances. My last Power 4 job was one of my favorites. My last one. I got back to Purdue in 2011, and they had not had a winning season. They had not been to a bowl in 3 years. And Lou Anarumo was the defensive back coach. I got him the job. He took my place at Purdue, and I got him the job. The D coordinator for the Colts now, who just called me yesterday, by the way. That's another conversation. And so I took the job, took the linebacker. I was coaching linebackers, walked him up to the window to see all the banners for the bowl. And I said, hey, where's your banner? Mine's up there. And I didn't go to school here, but I coached here 1 year, and my banner's up there. Okay. What the hell have you guys been doing? And I got to coach. I think that's the most fun in coaching I ever had with players. And I say fun with players. I coached one kid named Joe Holland, who was a 3.8 pre-dentistry dentist, going to be a dentist. He's the team dentist for the Indianapolis Colts now. He's an Indiana kid, a redhead, who played linebacker for me. And then another kid named Chris Carlino. And Chris was a 3.8 engineering student at Purdue. And let me tell you, between Purdue and Indiana, there's no 2 better schools of engineering in the country. If you got a kid that wanted engineering, and they were legitimate, you're going to Illinois or Purdue in the Big Ten, outside, if they're not an Ohio State, Michigan prospect. So, and we went to a bowl. And I had more fun coaching those kids. They were smart kids, fun kids to coach. They still stay in touch with me to this day. I'll call them, they'll call me. And it was all my insecurities came to fruition towards the end. And, but it was a good run. I had a pretty good run for about 20 years, 20 out of 40.
Hey, Ryan Pry asked, Coach, do you think the new rules have made coaching so much more of a younger man's profession? He said he saw that Max Venables, who just got an extension yesterday, is the youngest coach or the oldest coach in the SEC, and he's only 55.
Yeah. Well, for me, there's no better coach he's the most underrated coach in America, head coach. They're lucky they have him. I'm just telling you. I know. The problem is you get these Nebraska had Pelini. Listen, he's won 9 games, 10 games, 10 games, 9 games, 10 games, 9 games, 9 games, and they fired him at Nebraska. How ignorant was that? They didn't even come close to that.
No.
And so okay, you fire Brent Venables. Who are you going to get at Oklahoma? Who are you going to get? That's going to the body of work he has had in his profession from K-State. I think he was a K-State player. K-State, Oklahoma, to Clemson, back to Oklahoma. That body of work, boy, I'll tell you what, there's not a coach in the country who would love to have that resume, career. So, but yeah, it's a young man's game. It always has been. That'll say, oh, now it's no, it always has been. Because of what? Recruiting. You got to have some. You better have some testosterone going, baby. You better be going out. You got to go in recruiting. It is a job that you're looking. I mean, I 5 hours of sleep. That's what I averaged in my career. I literally averaged probably 5.5 hours of sleep, because the recruiting is so. It's not exhausting. It's like game day. Recruiting is. When you're young, I call it intelligent ignorance. You have enough intelligence / ignorance to put your head down and keep going and you're going to get a lot of no's. No. I had this one advice that I got from Ned Carr, a Princess Anne High School player, played at Carolina, and he was a Charlie Carr. He was Bill Dooley's main recruiter. He signed a lot of those Virginia kids at Carolina. And he was the recruiter back in the 70s when I first got into business. Met him on the road recruiting. He knew who I was. He said, Coach, I was 24 years old, 23. He goes, let me give you some advice. Every player they're going to give you a bunch of yeses. Yes, I like you. Yes, I'm going to do that. You got to get them to the point where they can never tell you no. Then you'll get them. They're going to yes everybody to death. You got to get a relationship where they cannot tell you no.
Yeah, 100%.
That stuck with me. So yeah, it is a young man's game. Always has been, always will be. Look at those babies being Look at the head coach from the Raiders last night. I look at that guy. He's a baby. I don't think he's shaving yet, for God's sakes.
He'll age quick. He'll age quickly.
Hey, you come a long way from Lombardi. But it is. It's a young man's game. There's no doubt. Yeah. I think the good head coaches, even Coach Saban, Coach Norton, he always surrounded himself with young coaches. The older coaches, the older ones they'll surround themselves with young guys. Young guys. Like when Nick was at LSU, you got Kirby Smart, you got Muschamp, and always surround yourself with the younger guys because of the recruiting. Not so much the X's and O's, the recruiting.
Well, Coach, listen, we appreciate you as always, man. Getting 3 doses of Coach Elmo. That's a good week for me. That's great.
Whoa, well, you know what? Your show has really come a long way. You know what? We're starting. Now we're getting all these commercials. Once you hit that 1,000 subscribers, man, YouTube, they said, all right, we got enough people watching. And next thing you know, I'm listening. This ad comes on. I got to mute the damn thing.
I know it's a pain in the ass, but it is a sign of progress. Without
unnecessary evil.
Unnecessary evil. Hey, there you go. That's a good way to put it.
I'm sure, but I'll tell you, it's a fun show. I really appreciate it. I can't believe you have me on this much. I do think we'll have a lot of fun with the evaluations.
Oh, I can't wait. That people are looking forward to that now, to get it going into the game and then to get it in the post game. That's going to be great.
I'm excited. I think the Liberty JMU game is going to be fantastic. I think UVA, when you look at UVA, the NC State game between NC State and West Virginia,
that's a good game. Yeah.
Virginia Tech with ODU and Maryland. I'm telling you, you're going to find out a lot about those two football teams within their first 3 games. A lot. Their coaches are going to find out who their football team is.
Yeah. There you go.
Not with the record. They're just going to they'll figure out where they are with their football team. And I know I will. After that 3rd game, particularly, you'll get an idea of what they're going to be dealing with.
That's a good way to put it.
It'll be interesting to see.
That's a good way to put it.
Well, listen, buddy. Hey, I got to head to Georgia. I'm going to that celebration.
That's right.
For my former teammate at high school, Rock Perdoni. So, heading down to Georgia for the weekend. Okay. Good news, bad news.
I'll be. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I hate you have to go into those conditions. Yeah.
It's great seeing everybody. You love it. When you get there, you're glad, and then after you leave, you're glad you went, but you just hate the circumstances that bring you together.
Yeah, I know.
So, well, buddy, you take care. Have a great weekend.
All right, I'll be in Charlottesville tomorrow, moving my son in. So, yeah.
Is he going to UVA? He's going to UVA.
Yep, tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll get him there tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh man,
we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He'll enjoy. I'll tell you, when I coached there, the players that I coached there, and even that guy go back there when I went back 2 weekends ago. You don't see a lot of unhappy people around there, especially the football players. They really embrace the Virginia kids. They're very proud that they're at the University of Virginia representing that university. You know, when I see Sean Moore and Chris Slade, when I go back there, I'm going to tell you, they wear that gear with a lot of pride. So, all right, bud. Take care. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Coach. Stay safe. We'll talk on Monday.
Yep, cool. Bye.
All right, man. There you go. Coach Elmo here on the program. Great as always. Yeah, I'll be doing that tomorrow. Prometheus said Oklahoma had the hardest schedule in the country. Still hosted a playoff game. Yeah. Venables got rewarded yesterday. Coach is right. They're lucky to have him. Big Al talking about Maggie. Look at me. I'm allowed to wear a big belt buckle. I know. I'm not sure a young coach has enough experience in life to build kids to men nowadays. Yeah. That's a lot to that. It's more about bringing guys in because they can relate to their lifestyle. I don't know. Ryan Price says, regarding the team dentist, I never knew a team dentist, but I worked with the team x-ray tech for the Ravens previously. Talk about job security. Yeah. Yeah, I hope he never comes home saying that, Morris. We are rivals. I make fun of it, but I can't make fun of getting a degree from there. Yeah, thanks, Wayne. It's to his credit, it was his goal. It was his goal to be at that place and to work to get there, and the things he had to get through to get there. So just hope it's not utter chaos getting him in. He's the second year because he was at Wise last year. So you got to go in during a certain block of time. And I don't know what that's going to be like. I have a feeling I'll get very angry. Yeah, that's what worries me, Prometheus. Of course, that's the way it is at every university now. It's just gotten beyond educational values, and it's about political guidance, and that's disgusting. But we talk about social media and talk about TV and Hollywood and how they try to subtly influence younger generations with their own beliefs. Well, you got professors now at school, and they're not worried about trying to educate in terms of what your chosen field might be or even the subject at hand. It's about their own, biases. And it's sad. Ryan Price says regularly we'll look for you at a game with your son. We can sing the good old song together. So yeah. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I hope it's a better experience than I think it's going to be in terms of like getting in and out of there. I just want to get him in there and just get out of there. Mike Ashley and open mic next, by the way, and then Jen joins us. Let me go grab Creed. I'm going to get him. He's out here walking around ready to come in the house. Or Ryan, you can just celebrate New Year's Eve every day. There we go. Creed got blood. Creed's kind of a deep orange, almost looks red. He's got that white. He's got blood all over him. I had to check to make sure it wasn't coming from him, and it wasn't. It's blood from something else. Damn hellion. Yeah, I'm worried about that. I mean, I'm worried about you're driving and you get on 66, right? And I just wonder what the road. I think it'll be okay until you get close, and then it's going to be madness. It was supposed to be today. He was going to go in a day early, and then they changed it. So, and that knocked me out of going to the thing with Will tomorrow. As long as he's stocked up on khakis, polos, and sweaters. Thank you, Prometheus. I appreciate that. I hope so. I hope so. I hope they remember when they're in that situation. Yeah. So true, Wayne Ryan Price says, reminds me of the old Paradise Island at Disney World where they rang in New Year's every night at midnight. After we married, I took Karen to Richmond, Charlottesville, and Lexington, and Blacksburg, Virginia, and the history second to none. Yeah, there is. It's historical everywhere in this Commonwealth. It is. I was in Charlottesville yesterday. It's definitely a busy week. Allow extra time on campus. Yeah. As long as we could get in there. Wayne now apparently going to start buying UVA gear. Is that where we're heading with this, Wayne? Since you did compliment the Who's, do we need to arrange with Coach Elmo, talk to Coach Elliott, and get you a UVA hoodie? Still haven't brought down my UAB Blazers hat, and that's all on me. Jen joins us a little bit later on. Mike Ashley joins us right now. I say Mike Ashley joins us right now. What's going on, Michael? How are you?
I am swelligant. It's a lovely morning here in Milton, Delaware.
Is it? Well, good. That's good to hear. You don't hear lovely and Delaware in the same sentence, so that's good.
Oh, come on. It's very no, this takes me back to my small town roots here, and I'm not right at Rehoboth Beach. I'm easy drive away, closer to Lewis for those that know Delaware geography. And I'm in a small town where as more people have moved here, I now have 4 restaurant / fine drinking establishments that I can walk to and then come home from without driving, which is very nice. Very nice.
That's very nice.
I can get fatter and happier here at some point. Right now, I'm still I'm in town this week for all my in-laws' doctor's appointments, which I take them to, and I kind of enjoy that because I love to sit in waiting rooms and read 3-year-old magazines, but hey, that's just me.
Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Yes.
Aubrey Plaza, she's from Delaware.
Okay.
She played
so was Joe Biden.
She played
I
the
know
wife.
who Aubrey Plaza is. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's a Delaware guy.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll learn more of this over time if there's any media left to educate me up here.
You should have like a little sign. Hey, the birthplace of Aubrey Plaza. That'd be kind of cool. Let me know if you see anything like that.
What they do have up here is a local sports network, Delaware Sports, that I really kind of enjoy tuning into every now and then. I don't really know the high school landscape much. There's one big high school here in the area that covers our town and all the way over to the beach area. It's Henlopen High School, where they used to host a big basketball jamboree here in the winter. I don't know that they still do that. I also have within walking distance middle school, Mariner Middle School down here, and I'm looking forward to jaunting down there at sometimes and seeing what's going on. They have a football field and surrounded by a track, old school, no fencing, so I don't think I'll have to pay anything.
That's true. Very true.
But I just, there's a fine line between being the sports enthusiastic old man and the creepy guy hanging out at the junior high games.
There's that guy. There's that Ashley guy again.
Oh, yeah. So anyway.
The beaches in Delaware.
I'm still working on this old man thing. I'm not good at it. yet.
How are the beaches in Delaware? I don't necessarily put the two together, but you enjoy them, don't you?
Well, I'm like all the people down there that I grew up. You wanted to go to Myrtle Beach. That's where your friends were going.
Yeah,
that's what you did. That's what you did when you got a vacation. And then I doubled down all those years in my capacity at Radford when the conference office for the Big South was in Myrtle Beach. We had summer meetings down there, and those turned into, okay, we got to go down for these meetings and work and get paid. And oh yeah, I'm going to take some extra time after that. So I'd always get a couple of Myrtle Beach things. Then I had some student workers who worked for me that enjoyed traveling there as well, and ended up living down there. And so I went down an awful lot. And here's the thing that I will tell you. Again, and I grew up, my brother's living in Florida, so I attended beaches down there when I was a kid. The water up here, there's about a 2-week window coming up here at the end of this month where the water's actually warm enough to get into regularly. The rest of the time,
you got to time it right.
The rest of the time, Southern Mike doesn't really enjoy getting your toes in the sand, yes. Feet in the water, not so much, because I can use a shawl or something, to keep me warm. But no, what is great up here is the variety of beaches. Like right next to each other, you got Bethany, Dewey, and Rehoboth Beach. Rehoboth Beach is more family friendly, and they've got just an absolute great boardwalk with priced way too high restaurants all along. All the stores you'd want to go into at a beach, and public restrooms, like guys need those. Anyway,
I don't come on.
But for the women folk, it's very handy. We stay in a place. We've got a ritual where we park, and we're a block away from the public rest facilities there, and it's perfect. It's a perfect place to go. When I was young, I came to Dewey when I was in college, and afterwards, I mean, when I first got up here, hanging out with the kids and doing the crazy stuff down in Dewey, where the Bottle and Cork is, that restaurant that has lots of musical acts, which I don't get out and do that so much anymore. And Bethany, I'm not sure what their claim to fame is, but you've got all those choices, plus the State Park Beach in Lewis, which really isn't very much, because it's actually in a bay, so you don't get the waves and things that complete the beach experience.
Wayne's asking for your best party experience at Radford that you can remember. And did we have end of the world? Yes, we had end of the world parties. We did.
Yes. Well, and the history there is that when nobody believes me when I say this, but I swear to gosh, it's true. When I was in high school, the school that you heard had the best parties was UVA, because they had Easters. Anybody remember Easters and hearing about that? Easters, I don't know exactly. I'm assuming it was around that time, but it was a huge party at UVA where kids from all around, college kids from all around the state went to UVA. And I remember people telling me stories about seeing Ralph Sampson walking around there and things like that. And I never made that. But when the end of the world party came to Radford, and that was in the 80s, it became such a big deal. It kind of eclipsed Easters, and that's where Radford gained a reputation, I think, because it was the place to be if you were a college student from the Mid-Atlantic region and wanted to go to a big party where people from all over were there. It was unbelievable down there at Sackett's, out the back, and in that area down there. And as far as narrowing it down to one story, Wayne, you got to remember, I lived in a college town for 17 years. I had, as they say in soccer, extra time. So I'm gonna save that. Maybe that's a whole topic sometime we can get into. And I have little shame, so I don't mind saying that. But I just had too many. I just had too many good times of all kinds. When I was an undergrad, and then later still working down and hanging out, and life was good. So I've dodged that question for today.
Yeah. We'll have to do that. It might be, oh my goodness gracious, Mike is throwing that. You have to do like a big dog pop is what you'll have to. Did you spill something?
Yes, I did. I spilled it right on my computer. So,
Mike, oh no, medic,
my
medic.
iced coffee. I was trying to get plugged in here because my screen just went blank. So,
man down.
I lead the nation in technical problems on this show, don't I?
Are you
so
good?
It's kind of curious. I'm trying to put something together where people are asking me how to do this. There, he drops another ice cube on the computer there.
Oh,
have you broken the news about next week?
No, I was going to wait till you do that before we got into open mic. Yeah, we're going to let you do that here in a second. If your computer doesn't coffee out.
We can do that. After I bust my table some more.
So yeah, we got some cool stuff happening next Friday with Mike and guests on at the same time.
Well, I know all those years in public relations, Rick. I know my demographics here in the New River Valley. I have been efforting behind the scenes with my old pal Ralph Barrier, who used to write for the Roanoke Times, and before that covered the Bobcats extensively for the News Journal. We had a lunch with a dear friend, a name familiar to listeners of this show, Ray Cox. Always fun catching up with Ray. And this is where we started banding about the idea of getting together. So hopefully next week we're going to pull this off if Ray can overcome his technophobia. And Ralph and I with Rick will host Ray Cox. And the reason I need so many people is because if you've heard Ray talk and if you've read his writing, you know he's kind of can go anywhere. So we kind of want to direct him and get the best stories and the best memories out of Ray Cox of his days covering the River Valley, because he had an absolute passion for it. And he did. He wrote so many things that I can still sort of quote and that I remember. And so we're going to come on next week. I think we said 7:00 and do an hour with Ralph and Ray and kind of hear their recollections. You guys have heard all my good stories. So that I'm really looking forward to that.
No, that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. So we can't wait. All right. Let's get into open mic. And I'm curious where you're going because you teased your topic. I hope it's not praising that god awful network, but here we go. Let's go.
I come not to bury. Anyway. Bill Rasmussen passed away Tuesday. He was 93, survived by 2 children, 7 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, and the 4-letter network ESPN. Rasmussen had that idea back in 1978, and ESPN went on the air in 79, changing our lives in the sports world forever. Please also see the Lakers' recent $12 billion sale and check your local listings any time of day or night for something with a ball in it. It didn't start out that way, kids. Hold on, let me clear the chocolate coffee off my screen.
Off of the screen, yeah.
It didn't start out that way, kids. I remember early ESPN and a lot of tractor pulls, demolition derbies, and martial arts competitions, Daniel San. That's what early ESPN could afford. The sport I first fancied on my new cable destination was Australian rules football, a rough and tumble game with big guys colliding, often airborne, and sometimes kicking oversized footballs through goalposts. Then a guy dressed like an old-style butcher in a white coat but wearing a fedora stepped out and pointed decisively at the ground to say the kick was good. I loved that stuff for a time, and it was a time when I was a Parks and Rec supervisor in Salem at my home turf, Conehurst Playground. Enough of the kids at the park, at least the boys, were watching too. And we played a watered-down version with a Nerf football and less physical contact, but plenty of trying to sound Aussie. Oi, 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 crikey. Suddenly, all sports, particularly college basketball, could get on TV. And look what that begot. Made-for-TV conferences like the Big East, which ultimately added football and Virginia Tech and led to a hokey happening with the newfound access to northern markets that begot Beamer Ball, beloved Thursday night inclement weather games in Blacksburg, and a run at a national football title. Also helped Radford Hoops get on TV too. But the first benefit for me was getting to watch early round NCAA games at all hours. A friend of mine with a room next to the study lounge in my Moffett dorm at Radford had taken out the metal shelf in his bathroom, burrowed into the wiring, found the cable, and connected his room. I missed a lot of early Friday classes up late watching games there. Pretty soon, ESPN was part of the ruling junta in sports and even pulled the plug on the ballyhooed Big East when The league thought they got to decide how to operate their own affairs. The college sports landscape really changed, and not for the better. ACC league games at traditional rivals Stanford, Cal, and SMU, for example. The Pac-10 swallowed whole by the Big Ten. One positive was the Hokies landing in the ACC, where they always should have been. Shout out and at Bill Brill. My problem, and there are so many, is there are those who seem to have no idea sports actually existed before ESPN. Who's the greatest basketball player? Well, it's got to be Michael Jordan. He has 6 NBA titles, all on TV and in my lifetime. Excuse me. Bill Russell had 11, but nearly all on black and white TV before cable. Dr. J dunked better than anyone, but they had a lot of it in the ABA, and there just doesn't seem to be enough footage still laying around anywhere. There were only 2 Major League Baseball games a week on TV when I was growing up, and we liked it. Greatest sports ball game ever? That's a term from my daughter, sports ball. Greatest sports ball game ever? Hey, it was that one last week, right? I do love my sports centers, though. Legendary anchors and catchphrases, in fuego, booyah, back, 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 bingo, bango, bongo, biscuit in the basket. One-stop shopping for sports highlights. Who knew it could be so good? The late-night sports centers when Bird and Magic were dueling and showing off on opposite coasts was really my favorite period. So thanks so much, Bill. Great idea. Hope they handed you the clicker as soon as you took a seat in heaven. I bet they have the black and white highlights all the way back to Honus Wagner, Jim Thorpe, Red Grange, and Sweetwater Clifton. ESPN plus, plus, plus. I'm calling my cable operator right now.
Well, he had to be completely discouraged about what it has become.
Well,
there's no question.
Yeah, the betting thing now is so prevalent on there, and that really sort of diminishes my enjoyment. I know it's important for some folks, but that's there was a question that popped up on my artist formerly known as Twitter feed this morning about what you miss most sports as a kid, and I thought about it. It didn't take me long. The fact that it didn't all boil down to talking about money all the time. You just talked about what athletes could do, what they could achieve, and you watched it and you enjoyed it, and you didn't ever think about, well, oh my God, they're going to have to pay him more. This is going to break up my whole team.
I know.
Now, I'm sort of coming around to Joe Buck a little bit more because he's on TV a lot less than he used to. But I remember during the Super Bowls, I used to get so upset. One team is winning the Super Bowl, which for a lot of us doesn't happen as often as we'd like, our team winning, and you're already talking about who's a free agent and where they're going to go next year. And I'm like, oh my, please, just finish the game. Let me enjoy it never now.
Yep. No, I'm with you. It's just as soon as Disney bought it, it was over for ESPN. And it has been. But,
but it's the only game in town, really. There are some other networks that do some things, but it's basically just guys sitting around talking. Oh, sorry. That's
Wait a minute. We resemble that remark.
I try and watch some of that to see what all's out there, but really it just and the NFL has become so predominant, which is actually good for me this baseball season because I just saw where the Reds blew a game in the 9th last night. I was trying to watch them because the Nats are breaking my heart so regularly. It's been a long, tough baseball season for me.
Now that this Dodgers thing's broken wide open, I mean, this is going to be wild. We're going to have a whole year without baseball next year, and this Dodgers thing is going to be very interesting. See what happens with all that. So.
Well, we don't actually need this guy who's the best pitcher in the American League, but we're going to get him so Milwaukee doesn't. Is that where we are now in sports? Jeez.
We're looking forward to next week. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun with Ray.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I did have lunch with Ray recently, and I've been talking to him on the phone. He is a little concerned about hooking up on this thing, but I told him what I always say. Look, if a Luddite like me can get in here and do this, Ray, you certainly can. It'll be fun.
That's right.
I got to tell you, Ray is still sharp as a tack. He was throwing names at me the other day.
Ray's unreal.
I hadn't thought about in years, and he did. He's a native Roanoke, or grew up in a newspaper family, and was always destined to do what he did. He arrived in the River Valley about the same time I did, back in the early 80s. I remember the day I met Ray. It was at a Radford soccer game of all things. He was the newly minted sports editor of the old New River Current, part of the Roanoke Times back then. That was their idea of covering the New River Valley, was to have a little tabloid they put out, in the other part of the paper. But it actually turned out being pretty good. And I'll talk about this next week. But I was such a Roanoke Valley District snob when I got up here. I didn't want to read about the other teams. And then you actually get to meet the people when you work in sports in New River Valley. And I got really interested and started covering high school football to get my fix when I was over at Radford, because we actually didn't have football. And still don't, which is probably a good thing. But that's a whole nother topic. Ray and I got into that on the phone the other day. So we'll try and keep it to the New River Valley District. But there's a lot of topics Ray can pontificate on quite eloquently.
Yeah, absolutely. I miss him always sitting beside me at Radford games. He was the last full-time beat writer we had.
Right.
Covered Radford. Yeah.
But that came with a caveat, which now seems ridiculous to complain about. He was also covering VMI, and he also, of course, had his obligations in the high school, and plus doing features for that. And it just seemed ridiculous. But you just had to know. Ray really had, and I'll say this with him not on the air here. I was charged with finding Ray because I was like, hey, Ray hasn't called me, and they got to put a capsule in the agate for tomorrow's Radford home game. They got to have that in the paper. But Ray hasn't called, and when's he going to call? So I would always start calling Ray, or when I needed to talk to him, I would try and track him down. And I called the New River Valley Bureau, and this is before cell phones. And they go, no, Ray's downtown. I go, oh, okay. So I called the sports department downtown in Roanoke, and they go, oh no, Ray's up the New River. And that's when I knew how good Ray had it.
I hope he wears his bow tie next week.
You should ask him about that. Yes, and the seersucker suit was always
exactly.
And Ray doesn't know I changed our whole food service to accommodate him at Radford, because he never got there on time to eat the buffet that my students just came in like locusts and was gone. And I always felt bad that we didn't feed Ray. It was the reason we did that, because some media had to come from far to get there, including the opposing media and radio. And you want to, that was a courtesy that I loved that we could provide at Radford. But Ray would show up, and at dead ball timeout, at the 16-minute mark, he would go to the concession stand and buy popcorn and a drink.
Yeah, that's right.
So I started printing up these little cards, each worth $1 or so, which could get you stuff at the, so you give a guy like 5 cards, and he could go to the concession stand and get whatever he wanted. And that was really just for Ray to do that. And everybody loved it, because everybody wants a hot dog and they don't want you to have to, we put out a spread, but that was always just a pain in the butt that somebody had to clean up afterwards. So
yeah.
This was much better. And I called them Highlander food stamps.
We need more of that. We need creativity. Yes, we do.
Well, the worst thing was the sandwich buffet we used to have, I would make a sandwich, and I used to get nervous before the games because I just wanted things to go well. My team was performing too. We had to get the stats out. We had to pass the notes, and we always did a good job. It was always fine. But I think that tension you have, like you always have before a big game or something, that I had, it made me perform better. But the part that hurt was the sandwich I had made before the game and just completely forgot about and stuffed in a drawer in our office down there by the old Devon Center pool. I would usually find a couple weeks later in that drawer.
Yummy. They go swimming after.
Yeah. And then there was the year that we went 7-22, our first really disastrously bad losing season. Oliver Purdel's second year, which he made up for the next year going 22-7. But that 7-22 year, the media stopped showing up. Mike ate 2 sandwiches before every game because there's nothing to be nervous about.
Nothing to be nervous about. Yeah, you're just all chill. All right, my friend. Looking forward to next week. We'll get it all organized coming up. So
sounds good. Goober says, hey, look forward to talking to y'all.
All right. Hey to Goober. Good luck with the coffee cleanup there. sounds like we may have lost Mike already there with the coffee. Good stuff. Jen next. Where are we supposed to get our accurate news nowadays with local newspapers going under? Well, I've been talking about that a lot. You can't trust any information. I mean, there's nothing anywhere that's honest anymore. It's all driven by agenda. That's where we've gone. It's been widely accepted. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. X is still a good place to get factual news from places when it happens. You got to be careful. There's a lot of bot accounts that will make their accounts look like other accounts until you see the name of the account. That's why I don't bring anything here until I know it's true, because you hear a lot of different things from a lot of different sources. And we let the guests here bring you the news and things because they know. They know. But it's more difficult, Wayne. It is. It's ironic because we're here in this technological era, the great revelation of knowledge and constant, oh my goodness, never thought we could do that. AI, but yet you never feel like you're getting properly educated on the things of the day. So much of it is created by AI. I mean, that's what happened that's why Sports Illustrated went under, right? They were letting AI write their articles and then they were just putting their name on it. And then people were like, wait a minute. And that was not hard for people to figure out. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. The day of AI has brought the most vivid Bigfoot sighting pictures everywhere. I know, Tebow. That's it, man. It's brainwashing, man. People are brainwashed. They don't even know they're brainwashed. They just buy it. It feeds what they want to be true. That's what ESPN, that's what they rely on. That's what anything that they're told is true, and anything that you try to bring up as a factual thing, you're just being a curmudgeon or you're 100% right. And that's what they're doing. They're conditioning younger generations. That's what Hollywood is doing. That's why they don't put out very much good entertainment. There's very few entities that run the studios. They're not really out there to entertain anymore. It's about influence. Correct, Wayne. And I don't think people understand that. You can do it. It happens all the time. Instagram, X. If you like something, you start getting all of a sudden, oh, look at this account. If I like a story on X about the Broncos, then all of a sudden I'll get a bunch of Bronco-related stuff. And you're not consciously trying to look it up, but that's what they do now. They automatically put it in your timeline. So if you hate the current political realm and you read an article, then that's all you're going to get because they're trying. It's Clockwork Orange, man. Absolutely 100%. I mean, I guess the latest mega thing we went through was the whole COVID thing, which is proven to be completely and utterly false. Just look at what's going on with the trial right now of Fauci. Don't get me started. Get all sorts of BDST clips. Well, that's a good thing. If you're getting BDST clips, that's great. We won't complain about that. So Jen's going to join us. I think this is the week we're going through South Carolina's schedule, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? I think that's right. think we'll see. That's all any of these things have become. And you just have to be educated enough, smart enough to understand that's what they are. Do you know how many times that I've had like people send me messages? They're like, "Is your show is that live? Is that current, or did you record it as current?" Like asking me if it's real, because they're so conditioned, I guess, by the things they watch, they're finding out not being real. Does that make sense? And there's a lot of AI stuff on YouTube. But the Bigfoot ones crack me up because they'll have these wonderfully beautiful, clean shots of Bigfoot in the greatest detail. And as soon as you see him, you're just like, oh boy, here we go. Let me see. Somebody's asking me here on the professional door text line about, start talking about Bigfoot and people remember. The capturing Bigfoot thing comes out in October. Yeah, nothing has been updated. The one that's supposed to disprove the Patterson film, which really upsets me. Yeah. What are you talking about, Wayne? I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't. Yeah, I guess so, Wayne. I don't know. Yeah. Well, and unfortunately, like where I work, a lot of the people I work with, and obviously the younger athletes, they eat all that slop up. They're not. Yeah. Yeah. I worry about that with my son, where he's going. Not going to lie, but it is what it is. At some point, you do the best you can, and you just go. Fathering days are over, right? You're on your own now. And got slop for the going. What's up, Eric? Correct. What's up, Anthony? Go Cardinals. What's up, C. Lester? Thanks for last night, man. Great to see you. He was driving to the Berg last night and was hanging out with us. That was great. That was awesome. Had a lot of fun last night. We got to figure out a different day next week because I have a broadcast next Thursday night. I won't have too many more on Thursday, so we'll be okay going forward, I think. Maybe, yeah. It's also the first football weekend, right? Isn't that right? Oh, man, is that right? I've got soccer on. Is that the opening college football night? That's disappointing. I think that's right. Let me see here. No, it's Thursday. Okay, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. It's the next week. Okay. The 3rd. Didn't want to miss the UAB. Didn't want to miss the UAB game with Illinois. Family Fencing, sponsor of our studio, 540-200-8294. Mark Hunley, McClellan Chiropractic, 155 Walters Drive over in Christiansburg. Our text line is presented every day by Professional Door Incorporated, 540-391-0788. Thanks to Travis Williams. We're presented each and every day by Pulaski County Sports Entertainment. They got racing this weekend, so make sure you head over there. 2 nights, 2 tracks, 1 big weekend. Tonight, the drag strip, test and tune. Then the weekly series on Saturday. Gates open 5 this evening. Racing starts at 6. Gates open at 4 tomorrow night on the Oval, 5:30. It was when racing starts. Little River Heating and Air, 1095 Radford Street in Christiansburg, 540-553-2971. Thanks to Ryan Pry, the attorney, our BDST fan question of the week. 55 more votes this week. Trust in estate planning. Craziness. David Tyree, Super Bowl 42 won. National Bank member FDIC, exclusive banking partner of this show and me. 37 years, something of that nature. ReadySetFund.com, BobChrist11 @gmail. If you want more information, reach out to Bob. Look how a series of text messages can help you raise money. Sundown Electric, speaking of saving money, making sure all your electrical needs are fit, reach down to Sundown down in Elliston. Thanks to the Smith Brothers, 5-star reviews all the way around. Kids leagues are forming. They start on September the 12th. NRV Super Bowl, 540-382-5525. It's just $12. Come on, reach out to them. Have a great weekend there. Lawson's Mobile Home Supply, 300 North Franklin Street in Christiansburg. Give James a call, 381-8011. He's had manufactured parts for your home since 1997. Yeah, it was fun last night, Chris. It was. A lot of fun. Chris, are you from Southwest Virginia? You have your Southwest Virginia twang tuned up. Yeah, when he comes back, yeah, we have to alter. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that, Tebow. How about all the way across the NFL yesterday? So you have guys who know they're going to get cut, and they're going back to college, one of them being former Virginia Tech tight end Daquan Wright, who's back in the portal. What? Folks, I can't even illustrate the mess college athletics is in any more than we already have. It's so bad. And that's why I always ask, why would you give your money to any of this right now? It is definitely, without question, a money laundering scheme, as I was told 6 months ago by someone over at Tech. Money laundering scheme. You're just throwing your money into a vat and trusting it's going to get where you want it to get. Hey, Chris going to PKs tonight. They are determined to ruin college football. It's the only thing that makes sense. So you're in the NFL camp, going to get cut. So now I'm going back to college because I have that year. I qualify because of the judge's injunction. He starts sounding like Jimbo Fisher. No, I don't think that's going to happen, Brandon. I don't think Chris is going to start sounding like Jimbo Fisher. I don't know what's wrong with that. Why wouldn't you want to talk to me like that? That'd be great. You see Mike Whaley, tell him he needs to sponsor the show over there at PK's. Tebow says right now, avoid Blacksburg at all costs. Yes. I mean, they've been moving in since Wednesday at Radford the last couple of days. It'll get bad later today than tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be All hands off deck. Yeah. That's what I worry about tomorrow going into Charlottesville. Why do I get the feeling there's going to be accidents all over the interstate? Just a hunch. Just a hunch. William says, well, maybe your son can go down there and discover the secret as to why none of the student body cares about Virginia football. True. I'll give him a task while he's down there. Can you do some research? Of all the different dynamics that we have in sports in the Commonwealth, is there a larger separation of Tech fan regarding football and UVA fan? See how the hand is below the screen because you can't see? And look, this isn't dogging UVA's program. We're talking about the fan interest. That blows my mind. They had an 11-win season and nobody went to their games. Tech fan is selling out the stadium at 11 o'clock against Wofford with a bad football team. The discrepancy it blows my mind between the two. He needs a UVA. He needs a shirt that mimics bleachers for the bleacher effect. It's bleacher effect. Man, it looks so real. Look how they made those seats look really empty. Oh, wait a minute, Bob. Yeah, there's that whole section's actually empty. Yeah, sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry. Virginia NC State games. Now that's the truth there. That's a conference. That is a conference opener, right? This isn't one of those stupid games that don't count. Is this another one of those that don't count? That the conference is like allowing teams to play, but they're not conference games because it's during the non-conference schedule, like last year. Auburn and Alabama are going to open the season, but it's not a conference game. It is a conference game or not a conference game, Brandon? It is? If it is, that makes it even better. If it's another one of those lousy, let's just create a game because we want to, because we're not on the schedule, Sorry, just heard something. Is that 100% real, Wayne, the Shaq thing, or is that was that real? I didn't know Shaq still even did things like that. It's a non-conference game. They're doing that crap again. Oh, my Lord. Jim Phillips has been a horrible, horrible commissioner. I'm sorry. Nothing against him personally. Give me a decision he's made that makes sense. Anyone? I mean, you should step forward and say, listen, conference opponents aren't playing each other. Would you want Tech playing an ACC foe if it didn't count? Would you want Tech playing Carolina in a non-ACC game? Or whomever. Fill in the blank. Well, there it is. Shaquille O'Neal. Pre-game concert set for week 0. In that non-conference tilt. Do they play in the regular season too, or I guess not? Something else, though, about college football, as excited as everybody gets about the start of the season, that just bogs it down. Yeah, non-conference game. Just stupid. I'm sorry. That's just stupid. It really is. It really is. Just dumb. It's just dumb. Morris giving Chris some restaurant love. I can't mention the restaurant since they don't spend money here, but that's probably where I would go to. I mean, you think they would spend money here. It makes sense for them if they want to get their message out. And when we are averaging over 40,000 views a month now. Hence why you're getting commercials and things like that. Y'all hear that noise? Hang on. Okay. It's a shower. It's a shower. That's the thing. Tomorrow, I'm just like, you get down there, you're probably going to be stuck in the road. Where are you parked? That's why we were supposed to go today, and I was like, okay, cool. I could take Friday and get that done, and that would be great. Now it's going to be chaos with everybody else tomorrow. I don't know why that changed. Probably because he had the information completely incorrect. That would be my guess. Complete and utter incorrect information. I don't know. Yeah. Radford's got their skull caps on the entire game. Apparently, is that are they going to do that for every game? I'm seeing somebody sent me pictures of the game last night. Are they going to leave their protective things on all the entire game? Is that what they're doing? Oh, there's no doubt the towing services around Blacksburg. Yeah, they just sharks in the water, man. Sharks in the water. Oh, did Pulaski County really get beat 37-7 last night? Was that a foundation game? Was that a foundation game last night? Did they do it last night too? TP, you around? TP would know. Tony Powell. Did that happen? That's a little bit of an inauspicious beginning, even though it didn't count on the regular season schedule. We begin our coverage of Blacksburg football here on the channel next Friday with two of Bill Ross' students over at Tech, Landon Weaver will be on the call next week alongside Richard Terry. I think, is that Giles? Let me see. They've got the schedule. Yeah. They've got Giles next week at home. They've got their rec game tonight against Glenver. That'll be a pretty good game, Blacksburg and Glenver. So they've got their benefit game tonight. Yeah, I got a text about that score, Tebow. That's even though if it was a foundation game and you're losing 37-7, that's not good. Not a good sign anyway. And you were right. That never, ever happened. Ever. You might lose, but you lost the top-tier programs in the area or the state, and usually it was a one-possession game or a last drive, field, something like that. It's what I was talking about the other day, and it's just become too much of an accepted thing. Once apathy takes over, apathy is much worse than negativity, because if you're a fan and you get pissed off, then you still have passion and you care. I think relationships that work, at least in my experience, are the ones where there's passion and there's emotion behind the very good or even the bad, because at least you have something invested in it matters. If apathy settles in and then you're just like, I don't care what they think. Who cares? I'm going to do my own thing. Or what do we care? Once apathy sits in, and maybe that's what it is down at UVA with football. It's just apathy. Great. If they do great, they do badly, doesn't matter. So once that settles in, that's the worst trait you can have as a fan base, and I think in a relationship. When you become apathetic toward it, that is 10 times worse than someone who may have supposed negativity. And if they're fired up emotional, I'd much rather have a fan base fired up emotional, pissed off, than somebody who doesn't. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't affect me. Tebow, it was 10,000 people guaranteed every Friday night at Dobson Stadium. And walking down those stairs. Absolutely. I still remember the first game I walked down those stairs. It was one of the most surreal moments of my life. Still get chills. Getting chills right now. That crowd. Wow. And the band, cheerleaders. It is a far, far cry from that now. Yeah, we miss Buck. We miss Buck. Buck Blevins, he's referencing there. God rest his soul. A little person who had just a gigantic personality and zest for life. One of Coach Hick's all-time favorite folks to have around the program. You didn't have to worry about Buck being apathetic. He was always fired up. Yeah, it's an interesting debate, Wayne. I think you're right. It's like Tech fan was still showing up, but it's what Dwight Vick has described many times. He just sat down expecting the game to be lost. Right? And I don't know if that's apathy or just acceptance, because Tech fan was still there and they were still full-throated. But they did, if the game started going bad, they stopped cheering and they worried more about their tailgating. I understand that. So I think even through it all, and it's been a lot of seasons now, whatever it is, 6, 7 seasons, however you want to look at it, of bad to very mediocreness. Did I just make up a word? Mediocreness. That's my show. What do I care? Mediocreness. I have to put that one in the BDST dictionary. When you fall into mediocreness, chills like the first time you walked into your local arcade, you're just like, wow. The Golden Galaxy down in Radford or Fairlawn. It was in Fairlawn. The Golden Galaxy. Yes, sir. All right. Joining us now on the program. She's our Golden Galaxy woman. She had the Gamecock girl. What's going on?
Hey, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Got through it. It was the first week of class here, so it's been a little much for me.
Oh, y'all have already started, huh? You've already started.
We did.
Well, we have not. We start Monday. They're moving in now, though.
All of it, the traffic, the craziness, it's just a jolt back into it. But I'm okay. I've got it.
You got it? You good?
Pep talk for myself. We got it.
I like that stripy thing you got on there.
Thanks. You like my casual looks.
I do.
I change before I go to work.
I like that.
I thought I'd put on some more fun clothes for you.
Yeah. Sexy Jen in the building. Oh, we love fun clothes, Jen.
So
now,
I brought some show and tell items. May I?
Yeah. What do you got here? Show and tell with Jen. Let's go.
I'm going to get it kicked off. So I'm going to tell you about a disappointing bottle of alcohol I purchased because I want to warn others, because you wouldn't expect us to be disappointing. So I'm going to put on my glasses. So sorry. Transition. Shh. Okay.
Oh my God, where'd she go? Who's that? It's like Clark Kent and Superman.
This Russell's Reserve, it's a rye, 6 years old. Do not buy this. It tasted like water.
Do not buy Russell's. Gotcha.
And which is disappointing. I love Russell's. I don't know what the problem is. Don't buy this.
Okay.
Look how like colors all like watery looking, and
yeah, it looks like grape juice. Yeah.
It is a total thumbs down. And I know we have some bourbon lovers out there, but I like a rye here and there. I don't know how others feel about it, but this is a crappy rye. Do not purchase.
Looks like unsweetened tea.
Or like even like ginger ale.
Yeah, it looks like ginger ale. Food coloring in it.
It's so bad. And the only reason it's as empty as it is, I was going to throw it away. But my brother, being the conservationist of alcohol, was like, no, I'll drink it. So he drank a bunch of it. And anyway,
just save it for him. Yeah, just save it for him. Yeah.
Terrible. On the happy list, and I know we talked about doing top fives and everything. I didn't have time, school starting, but I totally love this bottle. I don't know. Is it in focus?
Oh, yeah, we got it. Yeah, Peerless.
Okay. Love some more. This is a brand new bottle because I killed the last one recently and I had to go buy another one. Totally recommend this. It's awesome. Has a nice balance. I thought it's got a little caramel going on, which I think makes it very drinkable. Cinnamon. They use some kind of different process. They use sweet mash in it, and I think it makes a difference versus sour mash. So anyway, love it. Go buy this today.
All right. Stay away from Russell. Stay away from Russell. Go get Peerless. Gotcha.
The Russell 6 year is rise. Terrible, awful swill.
You know what else? You know what else might be terrible? Guess what day it is?
I'm ready. It's not terrible. Is it? I mean, do you think it's terrible?
Well, I mean, I looked over it. I mean, I looked over it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
What does that mean? I looked over. That sounds like you're trying to turn in your homework, and the teacher's like, "Did you spend a lot of time on this?" I looked over it.
No, I mean, I have my own opinion about it. Yeah, I have my own opinion about it. I think you're going to get off to a great start this season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
Well, I think by the time we get to mid-October, you're going to go, you remember when we got off to a great start in September?
When you do that little, well, I know I'm in for it. Okay. I can take whatever you can bring. I'm a Gamecock fan. I've been beaten down by the hope of expectations for years.
Well, we can kind of get through the first 2 weeks because this is the quintessential scheduling for success. Kent State and Towson.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready, Tech fan.
I like that because I told you we've had terrible starts and we need some confidence. We need to build it differently.
This is what James Franklin's, unfortunately, first 2 games are going to look like going forward. And it starts next year. It's going to this is what teams do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but but we're going to talk about why it's not a good thing for you at all when you do that. Because you're like 30-point favorites over Kent already, right? It's something really just terrible. 33 or whatever it is. And I don't know much about Towson football, but I know they shouldn't be making a trip into South Carolina to try to play an SEC road game. All right?
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, that is my hope.
So you're going to be 2-0, and I don't know how many people will be going, yeah, watch out for those Gamecocks at Lenore Sellers, boy. By the way, did you see where he's not going to class?
That's silly. I don't know why that's a controversy. He's going to graduate in December. He's finished all of his credits except for that. What's the big deal?
What?
I don't think that's a big problem. He's already finished everything. Good for him.
Okay.
I wish I could do that when I was a student. That would have been fun.
All right. So September 19th is when we're going to start your season. Mississippi State, the Bulldogs come in. Now, it's 3 straight home games, too. Boy, Shane really trying to make sure he doesn't get fired. Although you don't control this one. This is a conference game. But 5 straight at home against Mississippi State, who aren't supposed to be very good this year.
So are you picking the game?
I think you're 3-0. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Same.
Do they have a new coach, don't they?
They do. It's no, wait, or is Lebby still there?
Jeff Lebby's 2-22 in the SEC the last 3 years. I don't know why he would still be there. No, he's there.
Okay.
Saying it's their most talented team, which I don't know what that means, but
It means he's trying to talk it up. Get ready for the season.
Morris says, please tell Valley Girl Jen to buy a bottle of Willie Nelson Social. She will give up alcohol.
Okay. Is it worse than this? This tastes like water.
Right, Jeff Hall says hello, by the way.
Oh, hey, Jeff.
Yeah, he says hello. We can rarely find select bourbons in Virginia ABC store. For some reason, when we go to Georgia or Colorado, there. Yeah, I'm not sure what that says. Can't usually find the ones there.
I think the last time I was home, I did see this at home.
The Peerless. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It looks like one of the water jugs, like one of the water cooler things.
Yeah, it's fun. Well designed. It was also involved a Polish American, and it's in its history, which I like, in Louisville. Kentucky. So it's a clear favorite of mine.
Okay, all right.
Wait, look at the color difference. Sorry, I just have to bring this up again.
No, I mean, yeah, it's pretty clear. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Do you do that with the Peerless? Do you do it like a water cooler? Do you just turn it upside down and have a little machine where you just walk by sometime? What the hell?
No, it turns out I actually have to be functional in society and like go to work, do things other than drink. So
Yeah, but you're not. I can't imagine you're a lightweight though. I'm sure you could handle it. You could handle 4 or 5 little jolts a day.
Little nips.
Yeah. Lunchtime. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of European. When we toured Europe with a music group I was in, they would serve shots of alcohol with lunch, breakfast. we don't do that here so much. I don't think that would be smiled upon at USC for me to smell like bourbon when I go to work.
We always get by with a little help from our friends. Why not? So you're 3-0. Wow. I mean, Shane Beamer is back. Where's the contract extension? At Alabama in week 4.
We could win that. Alabama's not as good as they used to be. Could. I have it as a maybe.
Okay, 3-1. I think we're in cohesion here. 3-1.
I have it an M for maybe.
Yeah, you're not going to win in Alabama. And then you bounce back, and then it looks like, okay, well, we absorbed our first loss, and boy, we got Kentucky coming in. 4 out of your first 5 at home. You better make hay there, because then you only have, 3 more at home the rest of the year? I think that's right.
Well, that's a good question about that.
Tennessee, A&M, and Georgia.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to have you beating Kentucky, and you're going to be 4-1.
As you should. Mm-hmm.
And then I have you losing the last 7 games.
No. I think that's the absolute worst case scenario.
It is.
Our O-line should be much improved. And we have a lot of experience this year. If we can't get something good going on this year, we're going to have a hard time next year if Beamer's still around.
At Florida against John Sumrall, who's got a lot of talent, his first team there. Going to Gainesville. I don't like the guy. I think the guy is.
Yeah, he's jerky.
It's not a slam dunk. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I don't look at this as being one of those that if you go down there and win, I'm going to be sitting with you the next week going, wow, what a shock. But I don't think they're going to win going down there. So I would put you at 4-2. You got them at 5-1 after that one.
These maybe things, I think what I'm going to do is say out of the maybes, the M's, we might win half of the M's. So stay tuned. Keep going.
And then you host Tennessee after your bye week, and Tennessee's got a new quarterback and a dynamic offense. It's a big year for that coaching staff too. How's it gone? Tennessee's lost 3. South Carolina's lost the last 3 in a row against Tennessee.
I hear you, but
I don't think you're going to beat them. I don't think you're going to beat Tennessee.
I have more optimism than you do. That's one of the M's. I think we could win that one.
Yeah, again, you're at home.
Yeah.
You're at home.
We're at home. And like I said, we have a lot more experience in the O-line problem, which was so awful last year. Seems to be improved. I wouldn't say it's going to be optimal yet, but it definitely improved.
Do you know what Shane's record is at home as a favorite?
Good question. I don't.
13-9. That's not very good. Wow. Really? Okay.
Where's that stat? Is that in the Phil Steele?
It's in the Phil Steele College Football Magazine. Hey, Rick, great to have you with us. What do you do? You got bugs after you? What do you got doing over there?
A little bug. A little gnat.
Chasing bugs out of there? Yeah, it's Phil's magazine. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know if I trust that stat unless it's Phil's. So since it's Phil's, I will.
All right. at Oklahoma on my birthday. I'll be on an airplane to California. But you're not going to win that one.
I have that as a loss, sir. And I'm just I usually try to avoid commenting on that, but this is only, again, just very big picture. So I feel more comfortable saying it in that setting.
Phil Steele was on this program, and he said your next opponent is definitely a dark horse in his mind to rise up and win this whole ball of wax, and that's the Mike Elko-led Texas A&M Aggies coming down to South Kakalaki. A&M coming off a bye week to go to South Carolina.
Still, it's in my M category.
And now we get into maybe the most controversial game on this entire schedule, because next week when we unveil a different list, we're going to find out that, well, Ryan Silverfield has not made a very big first impression on Jen the Gamecock girl.
He equals this.
That's what you would serve him, wouldn't it? That right there.
He is one and the same.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach, you want a drink? Hang on. Where is? Oh, here you go. Let me empty the bottle. Now it's on the road. So it's just the second time you played the Razorbacks since 2017. In SEC road games under Beamer, Gamecocks are 7-13 straight up, 11-9 against the spread, which isn't bad on the road. I just don't. You know what? I'm going to take that back. What I said. I'm going to give you that one. I'll give you a road win against Arkansas. How about that?
How kind of you. I mean, I think that's a win. Arkansas has been struggling. Poor Sam Pittman had to go away.
Yeah. You love Sam Pittman. Sam
Pittman.
Wasn't he the surprise winner?
Yes, he won.
Well, if I'm going to Vegas, I think I know who I'm putting. I'm going to Kashi. I know who I'm going to bet on this year. Maybe you've already given. Huh?
For the Arkansas game?
No, for your pick of who's going to be the most dateable coach.
Well, yeah, you know me pretty well, so that does help.
I mean, anyway.
I mean, since Cignetti is not in the SEC, everyone probably kind of knows where I'm headed. I like those spicy ones.
Correct. Tebow, she said that her brother, wink, wink, drank that bottle of god-awful liquor.
He did, seriously, because I wanted to throw it away. I opened it up with him. And I said, this is awful. And Neil was like, no. He's weak for the Russell branded stuff. He's like, I'll drink it. That seems wasteful. I'm like, okay. I'm not drinking it. Trust me.
So that puts you at 4. Let's see, how many losses is that for me anyway? 1. No, I got you. That's 5. I got you at 5 wins.
5 wins so far for you.
Yeah, I got you at 5-5, heading down to the last 2. Hosting Georgia. South Carolina has only beaten Georgia once since 2015.
I have it in the unfortunate.
Category.
Status.
So now it comes down to the last game of the year against another program that I really don't know what in the hell they're going to look like this year. You go into Clemson, and that could be, think about it, you could hand Dabo Swinney his walking papers in that game. You never know. Ooh, South Carolina 1-7 in the last 8 meetings against Clemson. That's not good. Didn't they beat you pretty bad at your place last year, didn't they?
We definitely lost last year. I don't remember what the score was. I've tried to block it out of my memory.
28-14, the final score. Oh, you were favored by 4 points, too.
Wait, I thought we won twice in recent years. Am I delusional? Up there, I thought we beat them twice at Clemson.
Well, let me see. Let me make sure. I may have read the graphic wrong.
Yeah, I think we did beat them.
Oh, okay. 1-7 straight up, 0-8 against the spread. But let me see. You beat them in 24.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says here in 22 you beat them 31-30.
Yeah. So we beat them 2 times at Clemson back to back.
Yeah.
But then we lost here.
Yeah, that's right.
That's one reason why I have a little more optimism about this.
It's going to be a close game. I don't know what Clemson's going to look like.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really does. It's sort of a question mark. Even my Clemson friends are like, I don't know. They've sort of gotten disgusted with the whole thing. So
you have Clemson friends?
I do, believe it or not. Don't you remember I had that guy I went out with too, who was a Clemson dude for like a month?
What was going on there? By the way, I'm hearing an echo when I speak. Do you have your Bluetooth speaker on? Hello.
Well, I could switch things around, but I'd have to leave a minute. Do you want me to leave and come back?
And I didn't hear it at first, but now I like hear myself coming back at me.
I wonder if I move my mic, if that helps.
I don't know. No, that didn't help.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying some things that I'm using the same setup that I normally do, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't think you're going to win that game, so I got you at 5-7, and that's going to get Shane Beamer out of Columbia.
I think we have 7 or 8 wins. So I think out of those M's, how many M's do I have? Hold on. I've got 1, 2, 3.
Where'd Jen? Where'd you go? Jen, where are you? Jen?
I've got 5 M's. I think out of the 5 M's, maybe we win 3 of those or something. So I'm thinking 7, 8 wins.
Okay. 5-7, 7-8. We'll see however way it works out. But yeah, it's weird.
I really hope it works out how I want.
Yeah, I'm hearing loudness as we come over the. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if other people can hear that or not. Maybe it's just me.
I mean,
y'all hear me?
I'm not hearing anything weird from you. But
let me see something here. I'm going to mute your mic here. Yeah. See, now when I do that, it's gone. So yeah, it's something mic related. Maybe I don't know.
I could unplug my mic. I'm just not sure. We can try it. I just don't think you'll be able to hear me. Let's try.
No, I can't do that because then I can't hear you. Yeah. I don't know. No, I think you got. Yeah, it's an echo. That's what. Yeah, everybody says. So you got to unmute your mic now. Even though you plugged it back in, you'll have to go in and physically unmute it somewhere on your computer. She has to put the glasses back on. But they could hear it, so it wasn't just me. So,
I can.
Hey, there we go.
I can try to edit. Wait, I can try to edit really fast. Hold on.
I got you back at least.
Wait. Okay, I switched it around, so now can you hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, is the echo gone now?
Yeah, the echo's gone now.
Okay, well, I cut off that other mic.
Don't ever do that again.
I've used that mic every single time. I don't know. Well, when I'm home. When I'm away, I just use my computer.
Yeah, that's good there. I think what it was the extra mic was picking up the computer sound and playing it back when I said it.
Oh, well, sorry. I don't
know.
No,
you're fine. Hey, we worked it out. Yesterday we lost power in the first hour. The house blipped off, for like 15 seconds. So I lost everything. But you know what? You just take a deep breath. Power comes back on. You go reboot. We were back on in like 3 minutes. Whereas before, when I was at the radio station, and you probably were victim of it sometimes, we'd be on and all of a sudden everything would just go off the air. And you'd be told, maybe in a day or two. We'll see. So
I don't think that ever happened to me, but that doesn't sound great. Sorry.
So 5-7 for me, and you've got 7-5 at least.
Yeah, I think 7-5, 8-4.
Sounded like Rick doing the Lou Gehrig speech. Today, I consider myself.
I'm sorry. That's really
the
bad.
luckiest man.
I thank you for everybody who stayed and dealt with that. I apologize.
No, it's great. It's you. They overlook all those things because it's you. I mean, you're wearing stripes, for God's sakes.
It's sort of referee-ish now that I think about it.
Would you throw your flag on me, Jen?
I'll throw all kinds of things at you.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, pretty heavier things than that during a South Carolina game. Chris is asking for one more bottle review before you go. Oh, well, you got another one? You got another one hanging around there?
I can tell you about my favorite vermouth right now because I like Manhattans and I use vermouth for that.
Can you show it? They want to see it. Can you?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
One moment.
She's gonna go get it. You ask, and she's gonna come through. There we go. This is all for you, Chris. Jen in stereo. It did sound like the Lou Gehrig speech.
I feel like a server.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for bringing that over here.
Hi, I present to you my favorite vermouth.
Here we go. Vermouth time.
So I don't speak Italian. I can't. I don't know. I'm going to do my best to tell you. I know it's an Antica formula. It's got all kinds of Italian stuff all over it.
It's empty, by the way. Completely empty.
It's halfway full.
Oh, halfway full. Okay.
Carpano Antica formula. This you don't want that crappy Kroger bought vermouth. You want really good vermouth, and this is the stuff.
Antica formula.
Get this.
1786. Wow.
Get this. Wow. Get a good rye and some delicious bitters. Make a Manhattan.
Make a Manhattan. There you go. There you go.
The vermouth makes a lot more difference than you think it does. If you're using an awesome bottle of, a rye bourbon and you're using crappy vermouth in your Manhattan, thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Hey, Paul Hightower is here.
Hey, Paul. What's up?
Happy retirement, Paul.
We love you.
Mr. Rowdy.
Thanks for treating me well when I was up there and lost my wallet and went to the NCAA men's basketball tournament and watched the Gamecocks lose. You were the best part.
Wayne says you pulled that bottle from the trash can with all the other empties.
It's halfway full. You can see. There are no empties in my garbage right now.
Brian says, I think everything in Jen's liquor cabinet costs at least 4 times as much as anything in mine.
Well, it is pricey, but
I've seen it, man. It's wild, man. I mean, it is a massive collection.
Well, now I can show you now that you're mobile because we moved the mic.
Hey, we're mobile. We're moving in the house with Jen. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Good Lord. What is that bottle of rye?
The
one that says rye.
Well, I have a few. Oh, that one is it's just like good for a mixed drink. It's Bone Snapper. It's okay. I've got some other better eyes in here.
Everybody's just like, wow. See it's a George Rogers jersey back there. You know what? Let's get a tour of your jerseys. Let's do that now that you're up and moving around.
Okay, all right. Here's my Connor Shaw.
Connor Shaw.
The winningest quarterback at USC.
That's all the whiskey left behind by her booty calls.
Shush. This is a George Rogers corner.
I like that. There's the George Rogers Heisman Trophy jersey.
Speaking of Paul Hightower, is Paul still here with us?
Yeah, Paul's still here with us.
Paul,
he said, thank you.
I have this is very cool because Paul got me the sign. If we'd actually won our NCAA basketball game, this would have been the sign that they slapped on the bracket.
Love it. Love it.
So thank you, Paul, for that.
Do you still have your Steve Spurrier shrine, or has it been replaced with?
No, I still have it. Hold on, I'm dropping stuff. Hi, everybody. Okay. This is kind of fun art in my condo. I have Lattimore.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Okay, signed, autographed,
Clowney. Yeah, these are all signed.
Ooh, David Clowney going there. Yeah. What's up with the gray jersey? That looks like crap.
What about the jersey? Oh, the gray.
The gray.
Yeah, the Lattimore.
Why is it gray?
This
is our version of Cribs. Yes, this is.
I have the version of the hit from when Clowney demolished.
Against Michigan. Yeah. I like
Michigan.
that.
He deserved to be demolished.
Very nice. Very nice.
The shrine is down right now. I've got some stuff around it. Like I'm doing some renos for the season. And then I'm going to take you.
Yeah. Everybody's loving this.
Okay, hold on. This is the best part.
Well, we got a best part coming, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, she's outside now.
I'm outside. And
there it is.
We get a little.
That's how close. Yeah, no kid. That's her. That's why she tailgates at her place. Because look, there's the football stadium.
And can you see the big chicken statue? The gamecock?
I do.
And then I don't know if you can see it, but there's the skyline back behind me, Columbia.
It's like it might storm there here in just a little while.
It's a little bit loud, so I got to go back in.
There you go. Very cool. Now show us before we leave. Show us your wine section.
I'm not a wine person, really.
No. But there you go. Yeah, that's how close she is. That's why she hosts all the tailgating parties, because you just walk right over. Yeah, you just walk right over. You don't have to worry about parking. Yeah, that's great.
And you're in air conditioning. You have real bathroom, and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Columbia is a beautiful place. It is.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Thank you. I love it here.
It became more beautiful over 2 decades ago when a certain New River Valley native decided to make that her permanent dwelling spot.
For me, it became a lot more awesome when I moved here.
Yes.
And this is the perfect thing for me. No, I don't have to mow a yard. I don't have to do are termites a thing in Southwest Virginia? I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, here, it's a big, big thing, and you have to pay to have someone bond your home, and then they come with the little hammers and knock around to see if the termites have infested your place, and then it's like $250 a year or something. I don't have to do all that. It's really nice.
Morris says Jen's Gamecock Shrine. I would never dare shorten the Gamecock part.
Y'all are sassy today.
And then finally, Wayne says, "Hey, does that end zone ever get used by the home team?" Oh, wow.
Y'all are prickly today.
Yes, but they all kid because they love. That's why.
Wait till you see. Lenoris is going to crank out so much offense.
Yeah.
Lenoris to Nick Harbor for the score.
When do the in-season coaching staff scapegoat firings begin this year for Shane? It was pretty early last year.
It wasn't early enough, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe this is foolish, or maybe I'm programmed to be this way, but I have optimism.
No, that's all right. It's all right. You're a fan. That's what fans do. Never apologize for being a fan. Never, ever. You never have to apologize for anything, young lady. If anybody tries to make you let me know about it. Okay.
I like to living a life without culpability. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Sounds pretty good.
Well, thanks for the tour. Tour.
I'm doing a bunch of moving stuff around, so it's a little bit messy in here. Sorry.
No, it looks great.
But I will get it ready, of course, in the next 2 weeks, and then I can show more when it's more in game day.
You got to get it ready for that big Kent State opener. I mean, it's going to be a fervor of excitement around that place.
It's football. We've waited a year for that. I'm going to be plenty excited.
True. Well, you're around this weekend for a change. No traveling?
I'm just going to chill out a little. I'm feeling a little exhausted from opening activities.
And then next week is the big date. Is next week the dating reveal?
Yes, or the following week. We have to decide which week we want to do because 2 weeks from now will be the last show before the opening game. That could be fun.
You want to wait and do it that week?
Well, are we going to be doing picks that week though?
Oh, that's true.
So maybe I have to do it next week.
Yeah, I think next week's the way we go. Yeah, because we got to get into picks. That's right. Okay. Yeah. So next week we'll find out. She'll go through every SEC coach, and it was very thorough last year.
It is. It's going to have several categories. Do I need to include how likely to produce a scale to weigh my food? 1 to 10.
Yes.
Who is the heaviest coach? Elko's got some meat on him. He wouldn't weigh food.
Probably Elko. Yeah, he wouldn't mind.
Elko would be eating a bunch of food with me. He wouldn't even care. He'd be like,
No.
Make sure to get the side of nacho cheese, baby. Dip your fries in that.
Absolutely.
He would not.
If you're not trying for him to be a good date. Yeah.
So maybe that's a point for him. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, we can't wait. It'll be exciting. All right. Have a great weekend. Enjoy some downtime. You don't always have to be doing something. Why don't you take a deep breath and just chill? Okay.
I would like to go get a spa massage over the weekend.
You've earned it. Yeah.
Do you want to pay for it?
Well, no, but you've earned it. I think you should have a great time and go do that.
Great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Be a good girl.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Daddy.
Well, it is. We're almost 10 minutes over, so I guess I better go to work now.
Okay. Me too.
All right. Be safe, dear. Take
Good
care.
Cox.
There you go. I did it.
I saw it.
All right. We'll see you next week with your list. We can't wait.
Okay. I'll work on it.
All right. Be good. Take care. Doodles. Got it. Love ya. Good stuff from Jen. Next week, she'll have her picks, and it'll be great. All right, everybody. Great week. We had a lot of fun this week. Thanks for all of our folks who joined us on the program today. Thanks to Mike Ashley. Thanks to Jen. Thanks to Coach Elmo. Please subscribe, like, and share the channel. Like all the videos. You can go back. You watch our shorts after every show. We'll be back on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. I'll spend mine in Charlottesville tomorrow. No moving day. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Enjoy the high school football. You've got NFL exhibition all weekend, whatever it might be. And we'll